Hey guys, it's Annie. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. So in today's video, I'm doing potentially my most requested video lately because I get questions pretty much every single day, either asking for this video specifically or from people asking what editing software I use, how I get those fancy titles, how I do transitions, where I get my copyright-free music from, how I get all sorts of like fancy fonts and texts in my videos. And also most recently, I've been getting a ton of comments asking how I put like filters and stuff on my videos. So I'm going to be answering all of that today and walking you guys through the entire process of how I edit my YouTube videos. So hopefully this can be sort of like a two-in-one. It can hopefully sort of like answer your questions about my editing and also maybe give you guys some editing tips, because I'm also going to share with you guys my little like shortcuts and how I make my editing so much faster. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and hopefully if you have had any questions about my whole editing process, then hopefully this can answer at least one of them. So firstly, to answer the question of what I actually use to edit my videos, I use a MacBook Pro, the 2019 model. I got it last August, I believe, during the back to school season. That is just the computer that the guy at the Apple store said was most likely and best equipped to handle how much editing I do and the power that my editing software needed. So that is the computer I got for editing. So as for my editing software, I literally get asked every single day what I use to edit. So I use Final Cut Pro. It is a platform for Apple computers. It is not for mobile. I get asked all the time, is that possible for iPad or iPhone? It is not. It is only available for MacBook or iMac computers. As for how much it costs, it is $300. Yes, that is absolutely ludicrous of a price. And no, I did not pay for that amount of money. I still use Final Cut Pro completely for free. I'm not going to go into too much detail because y'all don't need the FBI at my door, but to give you a little sneak preview how I do that, let's just say I've been using the free 30-day trial for like 3 years now. So yes, that is the editing software that I use for my videos for YouTube. And now let's jump into how I actually edit my videos from the beginning. So once I am inside Final Cut Pro, the first thing I do is create a new library and a new project. Then I put those two under the same name to keep them like together and organized. So if I see like one library for what I eat in a day and one for a morning routine, I know those are two separate videos and everything is a whole lot more organized. So then we jump into possibly the longest, most boring, most annoying part of any YouTuber's editing, which is the rough draft, where basically you're taking out all of the awkward pauses, the stuttering, the mistakes you make, and just stuff you decide in the end you don't want to have in your video. So when I'm cutting things out of my clips, I basically hit Command B to bring up the little cutting tool. Then I find sections of the video that I don't want to keep in the video. I will basically just make one mark where I want the clip to start and one where I want it to end it, and then I take out the stuff I don't want in the video. So usually the whole cutting and rough draft takes maybe like 10 to 20 minutes, only because I've become really good at the fast like keyboard motions, but that is the most boring, most annoying part. So once I finish that whole section, I am a very, very happy girl. So then we jump into how to make your video a little bit prettier. So this is where I get into color correction, or as a lot of you guys call it, putting filters and LUTs and whatever onto my videos. So in Final Cut Pro, there are two different ways to color correct. You could use the different tools Final Cut has, like the color curves and the color board and all that stuff, which I will sometimes play around with if I want to change different like colors of my videos. But to make my videos a lot more aesthetic and make my editing a lot faster, I use LUTs, which are basically like filter packs. So the filter packs I use are the Pixel Film Studio LUT packs. I have LUT Fresh, LUT Film, and LUT Film 3. So basically how it works is you just basically go into your effects tab and you drag and drop the LUT pack into your clip, and then it basically has a little drop down menu, which is like a list of all the presets that are in that pack. Then all you have to do is just pick the filter you want or the LUT you want on your video, and it automatically puts it onto your clip. Then all I really have to do is just play around with like exposure, maybe some contrast, change some colors. And now here comes my little pro tip. For the longest time, I can't even believe I did this for so long, I would literally color correct every single individual clip, and it took me hours until I learned this very simple, very, very helpful, life-saving keyboard shortcut where basically all you do is go to the clip you've just color corrected, then you hit Command C on your keyboard, then select every single other clip in your video and hit Command-Shift-V. What this basically does is copy paste the effects you just did on one clip and put them on every single other clip, so you only have to edit or color correct one clip. That has literally saved me hours upon hours of editing hours. It is insane and such a useful hack. So if you are not already doing this and you are literally color correcting every single individual clip, you need to start doing this because it is a game changer and a lifesaver. So once I'm done with my rough cutting, I've done all my color correction, then I jump into transitions. So I've gotten a ton of questions in my videos how I put those little like effects that basically have you jumping from clip to clip. Like sometimes you see a little like 3D wave, or sometimes it like zooms into the clip or zooms out from the clip. Those are called transitions. So basically how it works is once I'm done my rough cut and my color correction, I go over to the transitions tab. I pick the one that I'm looking for, the one that matches my video the best. Then I drag and drop the transition between the two clips I want it to appear in. And then once I add the transition between the clips, it has that little like motion or the movement you guys are seeing in my videos. So even though transitions aren't the most noticeable thing, I just find for me it makes everything look a whole lot more fluid and more natural and a little bit more eye-catching. So that is one more step I like to do in my own editing process. So then I jump into titles, and this is where I really have a whole lot of fun in editing. So for my titles, I use two different systems. For titles, I can either use one of the title packs I purchased also from Pixel Film Studios. Those are the more like animated designer ones, I guess, that you sometimes see in my videos. So for those, all I do is just go to the title packs, I drag and drop on top of the clip the one I want to use, then just do some editing, like change in what I want the title to say, maybe play around with the colors a little bit, and then it basically has the whole animation of the title done for me. Or sometimes if I want a more like easygoing, very simple vibe, sometimes I just go over to the title tab and search up for basic title. This is basically a title that is on your screen but has no movement to it. Then I just basically type in what I want the title to say, maybe change the colors, and then I change the font. Because I don't know if you guys have noticed this about editing on your computer, but your computer comes with the ugliest, most boring, lame fonts. So what I and many other YouTubers like Sadie Aldis, Emma Johansson, Alicia Marie, and loads of other YouTubers do is we download and use our own fonts that we get from other places. So myself and many other YouTubers use this awesome website called Dafont.com. Basically, this is a completely free website where you can find millions upon millions of fonts, download them to your computer, and use them in editing. So basically, just go to Dafont.com and you will see fonts absolutely everywhere in different categories. You can see like the most popular ones, the newest ones. Then all you do is just find the one you want to use, hit download, downloads directly to your computer, and then once it is downloaded and installed into your computer, it will automatically show up in your editing software. So then when I add a title to my video and I want to change the font, then I have the little drop down menu of the fonts, and I can go in and get one of the ones that I have downloaded myself, and the fonts are a lot more aesthetic and pretty and a lot less boring. So I get questions a lot about like, what font is that? Where do you get that font? So my favorite fonts are Georgia, Helvetica, New Bold, however you say that, Lemon Milk, Keep on Truckin'. I've also currently been in love with one called Gloss and Bloom. It's the whole like paint stroke one that I use. Beyond the Mountains, KG Lego House, Shorelines, and Signorica. Those are like the fonts I use the most, the ones I find the more aesthetic and the more like aesthetically pleasing ones. Those are my favorites and the ones I use the most. So then one of the last things I do for my fonts and my titles to make them a little bit more aesthetic, I guess, is sometimes I add a drop shadow so it kind of like pops more in the video and on screen. And then sometimes I also like to add a little bit of tracking, which basically makes the letters like spread out more. So like this is a Georgia font that has no tracking, and then this is a Georgia font with more tracking, meaning more spacing between the letters. I just think it looks a little bit more like you have an effort put into it, and it looks kind of cute. So then the next really big step in my editing process that I find really adds something to your videos is music. But YouTube has become kind of really strict where copyright is concerned on YouTube. So a lot of us are kind of really paranoid to use music in our videos, especially that even sometimes the videos on YouTube that say it's copyright free end up not being copyright free. So then YouTubers never really feel very safe using music in our videos. So one little life hack I've been using is is this awesome website called Thematic. So Thematic was created by Michelle Phan, who is a pretty famous YouTuber. And basically this is a whole like community-based platform. So all you do is just go to the website, sign up, make a free account. Then you have to sign up with your Gmail account that is connected to your YouTube channel. That's basically how you get like permission to use the website. Then all you do is just go through all the songs, listen to them, download the ones that you like and want to use in your videos. And then once you hit the download button, it takes you to this page where it gives you a credit link. So all you do is just copy paste that credit link and put it in the description box of the videos that you use the song in. And that's basically a little exchange. So these artists are letting you use their music copyright free, and all you have to do is put a little credit link in your description, and that is the only thing you have to do. And one thing I really love about Thematic is once you find a song on Thematic, on the side, there's like a bar that shows you what YouTubers have used or used that song. And if you go to those YouTubers like profiles or pages or whatever, it gives you some of the other songs they've downloaded and used in their videos. So if I really like the music styling of like Hannah Malosha's channel or Ava Gutowski's channel, I can see what other music she's using and see if that music kind of vibes with my channel and whether or not I want to use it. So that has just been an awesome, super awesome resource for finding copyright-free music for your videos. So then what I do once I have downloaded my songs is I basically just go back to Final Cut, I drag and drop the song under my video clip, then bring down the volume to somewhere between -30 and -50, just so that you guys can still hear the song in the video, but it doesn't like overwhelm my voiceovers or me talking or stuff like that. So then the very last step of my editing is what I like to call my trailers. So if you guys have watched more of my like cinematic videos, like my morning and night routine, my what I eat in a day, I always have sort of like a little trailer at the beginning where I have like a sneak peek of what the video is going to look like, and I get a ton of questions on how I make those. So basically what I do is I import in another song. So usually my little trailers are between 5 to like maybe 12 seconds. So I figure out how much of the song I want to play and then cut it off so it's just that timing. Then what I do is go through the song and I make a little cut at each one of the little like beat drops or like rhythm drops or whatever. Then I will go through all of my video clips and see which ones best represent what the video is going to be about and what's like most eye-catching. Then I will copy and paste those clips on top of the song and basically make each one of the little clips go to the rhythm and beat of the song, so it kind of like flows all together in a really nice trailer. So that is basically the last step of my editing process, and once I'm done that, I am ready to basically just export the video, upload the video, and that is basically my entire editing process. So that, you guys, is it for this video. If you guys have ever had any questions about my editing, hopefully this answered them for you. If you have any others, feel free to comment down below, shoot me off a DM or email, and I am more than glad to answer you. Thank you guys so much for watching. Love you all to the moon and back, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!